Okay. Atin, मुझे co-host बना देना so that I can share the screen. Okay, so we will get started. Shivo, shall we start with the second house as usual?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so we will start our journey through all the houses with blessings from Ganesha. Okay, Ganesha holding all our horoscopes, whether we know it or not, holding and writing our horoscopes. So we start. Okay. Okay, so what we will do today is I will share about a house. We all have these houses in our horoscope. There are 12 houses. And what you will do is you will share 2 events from your life related to this incident. Okay. And you share it on chat, and then you will also write if this house is intense for you, if it is eventful, like a lot of events have happened, and if it is good or challenging for you. Okay, so you will write. So there are 4 things. You will write 2 events of your life related to that. And then you will write whether it was eventful or not, whether it is good or challenging. 4 things. Okay. So we always do the first house last because it is about who you are. And so we get a little warmed up on who we are through the different houses, and then we come on first house. Okay. Now the second house. So now the second house is your house of resources. Okay. It is your education, whether your education, it is your family, your family, has it been resourceful to you? Your money, your assets, the resources you have, not the house you live in, but the house as an asset. And in some cases where a person is a singer, the voice becomes an asset. So those are other things, but mostly, okay, we have some people just joined in. I want you to start thinking about your resources. What are your resources in life? And we are observing, when we are observing energy, Shakti, because this whole purpose of this is Shakti Sadhana. We are rebooting in Navratri, we are rebooting all our horoscopes. We are rebirthing all our horoscopes. We are taking all those planets in the workshop, and they are taking a new birth. So today we are bringing into observation all these things, because the Shakti is, we are bringing all these things into observation. So look at your resources and tell me what are the kinds of resources you have, whether your education, are you using whatever you studied in your work right now? Are you using that? Because then that education becomes a resource. Your family, whether you have assets. So if I could, and first it might take some time because it is new, and then you all will totally get the hang of it. So invite everyone to write 2 incidences in their life, which have to do with...
Just one clarification before we go ahead. A lot of people think that if they have a good second house, a lot of people think that the people who are born in rich families have got good second house, which is not true. Second house, if second house is good, that means whatever resources you were born with, those resources will grow. So there might be some people who are born in rich families and they have difficult second house, and what they will see is that their resources would have depleted. Even though they may remain rich till the end of life, but their resource would have depleted. And if they were born in a poor family and if their second house is good, the resources will be better than what they, they got at the time of birth. That's the meaning of second house.
That is great. That is great. Whether you've increased or stayed the same, you have increased the resources of your family, you have stayed the same or brought it down, brought the wealth down. Shivo, please be on camera. So this is the card I have for the second house. You can see all the resources, the money, even the apple, the blossoms, things that are growing. And you have them in your hand, right? Also, the second house is about mind. What is mind? That's why the hand is like holding all that. Okay. These are the resources in life. So can I have people write what are the resources in your life? So people who have already done this, can I invite them to write about 2 events in your life with respect to resources? Okay, so Rashmi, are you using the education you had? So is education a resource right now in your life? Is it? Yeah, so you are using the education you have. Yeah. So do we have some of our astrology people over here who have done this before? Preeti, Nitika, can I invite you all also to write? Yeah. Okay. Okay. So and Arunji, she was using her. See, sometimes what we have is we have done education and something, and we are doing something completely different. So that is not a matter of the second house. Okay. Sometimes we are doing something like, for example, right now, my education is in chemistry, but right now I'm doing something.
Mansi, it's a matter of second house, but the second house is difficult. So they got the education, but they could not use it.
Yeah. So it's not auspicious. Yeah. So it is a challenge. It can be difficult. Yeah. So Jyotsna is saying low auspiciousness. So invite everyone to even rate their intensity and auspiciousness. So write 2 events. Okay. So Girish is saying that he has education as CA and he's also practicing in CA. So yes, he's using his resource. Yes. Any other event? Some people are very lucky in the matter of assets. They buy property and that works out really well for them.
मानसी जी,
yes,
मेरे हाउस में मेरे ख्याल से 3 planets हैं, I think 3 or 4. And normally every time Shivoji also says you've got multiple sources of income and this and that, So education भी बहुत है, लेकिन मेरा education भी टूट के हुआ and multiple sources.
तो challenging है, तो वो challenging है आपके लिए. अगर education टूट के वगैरह हुआ तो it is challenging. So, intense है पर challenging है, intense और challenging.
Income नहीं है, so then how do I understand that?
So Meena ji, I think we are not talking about planets and in that depth. I think we are really understanding what the houses mean and whether for us it is you have an extra thing there, you already know your APY chart. But in this case, we are bringing into observation that whether our resources in life, what they are, and whether they have been challenging or not challenging, they have been very auspicious. That's what we are just bringing that into observation. ठीक है? Now individual planets वगैरह, planets को हम शक्ति साधना में देखेंगे, actual workshop में we will re-energize the planets. Yeah, we're just understanding the houses here.
I have moon.
Would you like to add to this?
And I have one more planet. I don't remember which one. 4 planets.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Venus is in the second house.
Yeah, but Meenaji, this is not a discussion on planets, right? We are not discussing planets, just the houses. Okay. We'll do the planets in some time. We will do it. We will re-energize them. We'll talk about them in the Shakti Sadhana program. So it's a good point. We'll study one layer and then we'll study the next layer. Okay. Rashi, if it is not strong, should we not focus on? If it is not strong, then should we not focus to create resources? So, Rashi, what I will say is that right now, just understand that it is not there and bring that into observation. And then in Shakti Sadhana, we'll see whether there are planets there or they are not, because planets are Shaktis. So then we will see that whether the planets are there or not there. Okay. Yes, contacts is another resource. And there are people who keep getting business from the same contacts. Okay, known contacts. So that is also a very good second house. That not only you have contacts, but they are again and again, some people constantly have to go to new markets, constantly. So that is another house, that is 11th house. But if you're getting it from the same people, it is your second house. Is everyone clear whether it is intense or, because in the end, we are going to take up one house that was probably challenging for us or very auspicious for us. Like we look at both the houses. One we will look in gratitude and one we will look because it's challenging. So Rohini, it's intense. And when it is intense, is it auspicious or challenging? Okay. So mild, medium, intense, or auspicious, challenging. Okay. So does everyone have some idea of the second house now? It is all about your resources. Okay. Shivo, would you like to add something to this? Okay. Yeah. Okay. So we come to the third resource. The third resource is...
एक मिनट मैडम,
ठीक है. Yes.
जय के केस के अंदर उसने पैसा सैलरी में बहुत अच्छा कमाया अब तक, लेकिन मकान जितने भी 3 मकान बनाए, तीनों के तीनों गिर गए। ट्विन टावर उसका पहला एग्जाम्पल है जो कि डिमोलिश हो गया, उसका पोजीशन नहीं मिला। तो एक तरह बहुत अच्छा है, बहुत खराब है।
हाँ,
सेकंड
नहीं, इनकम है ना वो जो हाँ ठीक है, तो इट हैज बोथ एलिमेंट्स टू इट।
थैंक यू।
शिव, तो अरुण जी, वो जो इनकम आ रही है वो उसकी एजुकेशन पे आ रही है या अलग इनकम है?
नहीं, एजुकेशन देखिए, टचवुड एजुकेशन बहुत अच्छी नहीं है, लेकिन उसको जॉब बहुत अच्छी मिली, बड़ी हाई पोस्ट पे गई अपनी मेहनत से, लेकिन अभी लास्ट मंथ उसकी वो जॉब भी विड्रॉ हो गई। 30 साल कोई उसने 20 इयर्स की नौकरी करी, लेकिन 20 इयर्स बाद वो ना कंपनी यूएस से चली गई, तो यहाँ पे वो खत्म हो गई है। आज की तारीख में जॉब नहीं है।
Okay. Shivo, because those assets did not work, would you say challenging second house? But what would you say that she got more than her education? Yeah, challenging.
Or maybe at the time of birth, it might have been whatever, but right now it is challenging.
Yeah, right now it is challenging.
So we'll see all that in Shakti Sadhana.
Okay. Thank you.
Third house
current situation is given in the APY chart.
Okay. Third house is communication. Okay. Third house is communication. And this is communication of all kinds of things. It is, even when you are expressing yourself, you're communicating. So we'll study what are all the types of communication, but this is the card I have. I'm also thinking of the birds communicating with each other, being messengers, but they're also going to different flowers, and they are pollinating, they're eating the seeds, and they are, spreading the seeds, and also they are communicating in many, many, many ways. So Vidhi has asked about APY chart. So APY chart is an invention by Shivo, where he has made understanding of your own astrological card very, very simple. So Vidhi, if you are in guest group, we can talk more about it. Or Anyone else wants to add something about that? We will. So APY charts are really like people get charts, and every house in their chart, every zodiac is given an auspiciousness and intensity rating. So it becomes very easy for you to know what are your best houses, what are the dimensions of the life you will get maximum return, which are the areas of life which you need to transform, which are the areas where you just need to, there is not much action there. So you just need to you can let it pass. And or you can, you just become aware ki wahan pe you don't do much creation. There is not possibility of much creation or much growth there. And finally, you have areas which are very challenging, and you will know how to deal with them. So all those things will be very pinpointed very, very clearly in numbers. So the third house is the house of your expression, your courage, your life force, your Shakti. It is all kinds of hobbies where you are kind of demonstrating, like it's a kind of imitative art. Like for example, dancing, drawing, music. Now there can be different kinds. If you're coming up with a new dancing style, a new form you're fusing, then that is another house. But here it is, whether you're seeing some scenery and then you're painting it, all kinds of directorship, storytelling, theater. These are all forms of third house. Sports, adventure sports, your relationship with siblings, your ability to sell things, competition, short travels. This is all third house. So yeah, training, coaching, very true. So public speaking. So please, if you can share 2 events of your life, and whether it was mild, medium, or intense, or it can be auspicious or challenging. So if you could share that 2 events of your life with your third house. So Jyotsna, are you in training and coaching? Okay, so she is successful in her own efforts, yes. Many sports people also have this very strong of this, yeah. Yeah. So Manisha, can you write 2 things in your life? They are related to your second house.
नहीं.
Yes, so can you write that? So actually, who is there? So Manisha, can you write a full sentence with 2 of your events? We'll take your time and just write if they are auspicious, intense, so it becomes very clear. Okay, just take your time and
yes,
write.
yes.
Yeah. Suchi, Preeti. So, Suchi, if you could write some events, because we are not really discussing the green, the yellow and all, we are really discussing houses. So this is people who have done APY, and if you all want to know more information, you're most welcome. Just give your numbers and we'll get in touch with you. Okay, Nidhi, so communication is challenging. Yes, Nitika, you've been a good coach. Okay. Okay, you're a teacher and your communication is good. Okay, Neha, so high intensity, high auspiciousness. Okay. So I'm guessing that is in teaching, right, Neha? Okay. Okay, Preeti is working on communication, so it is challenging, but she's working on it. Relationship with siblings. Sometimes you're in property disputes with siblings. So if you're in disputes with siblings, that can also be there. Yes, Arunji.
ये इंटेंसिटी और ऑस्पिशियस का जरा मुझको डिफरेंस बता दीजिए, तो फिर मैं जरा अच्छा समझ जाऊंगा.
हाँ, इंटेंसिटी यानी कितनी फ्रीक्वेंसी आ रही है आपके लाइफ में. So some people, let's say that third house is the most important, क्योंकि उन लोग maybe थिएटर में है, maybe उनकी हॉबीज ही उनका वर्क है, सिबलिंग के साथ या तो बहुत बनती है या तो बहुत झगड़े होते हैं, स्पोर्ट्स में है तो इनका क्या है ना, कंटिन्यूअस इवेंट्स होते जाते हैं इस फील्ड में. विद सिबलिंग्स कंटिन्यूअस देयर इज सम अदर इंटरेक्शन. So intensity is the events that are happening. How many events are happening? It is the focus of their life. Auspiciousness is whether it is good or bad, whether the result is good or bad. Auspiciousness is whether it is challenging or favorable. Aisa.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah. So, Manisha is saying that it has improved. Her third house has improved. Okay. So if you have sudden accidents and all, that is the 8th house. Okay, we'll come to that. So, yeah. Okay, Raghu. So that's a good third house. Taught design and was appreciated. Okay, Kuka. Yes, Vidhi, please give your number and we'll get in touch with you. Life force is weak. Okay, so that is a challenge in your third house. Okay. So everyone's clear about third house. Shivo, would you like to add something about third house? Do you think anything you are seeing in the chat or something? Okay, Kuka. So in your case, your third house was good, but now it has become challenging. Yes, very good, very good. Really, I mean, to become very good astrologers or to understand, to become the light, you all are really good observers. I mean, you all are really writing in details and you all are getting what we are observing. So excellent job. Okay, Lakwinder. So now it is challenging the third house. Okay. So we come to the fourth house. Okay. The fourth house is a home with the moon, your home, your emotions, your mother, luxury things that give you stability and security. Okay, everything, all the appliances in home. So we'll take a look at that. Okay, so fourth house is your relationship with your mother, your relationship with luxury and emotional security. So emotions, your connection to the native place, it is all matters of the heart. It could be farming. So how is your fourth house? Okay, Natika. So Natika life has been stable, has all the luxuries, excellent relationship with mother. So it's a auspicious fourth house. It's a good fourth house. Anyone else? Yeah. So yeah, I want to talk about the difference between a second house and the fourth house. So the second house is a house. It's a house you get for assets. Fourth house is your home, where you're living, where your emotion is connected, where you belong, where you feel that sense that I am here. This is my home. I can put my foot up. Okay, Nidhi, emotionally insecure. Okay, and what was your relationship with your mother and with luxury items and all? So yeah, that is a challenging fourth house. Invite everyone if you are getting, okay, it was not good. So it is a difficult, it's a challenging fourth house. Invite everyone, Ashmi, Ganesh, Girish, Kaval, Kshitij, Kuka, Kuvar, yeah, all of you. Pankaji, Parush, challenging. Vidhi, okay. So initially, okay, so Manisha is saying that initially it was not good, but now it is good. And if it is not clear, is it not clear to some of the people? Okay, strong relation. Yes, Girish, I remember your APY chart. Yes. Okay, Kuka, lovely, lovely 4th house. Anyone has questions, please ask in the chat or in person. Yeah. Okay, home luxury is strong. Okay, Neha.
Sometimes people may have a good 4th house and difficult 2nd house. That means they may not have a lot of property, expensive property, but whatever home they have, they will enjoy.
Yeah.
Sometimes it is reverse. People may have good 2nd house, but poor 4th house. That means they may have a lot of property, they may have a lot of gain out of it, but they cannot enjoy that. There may be some or other irritating reason. Either the systems don't work, or you may have a neighbor who is, giving you continuous trouble or whatever.
Yes, Vidhi, so not a lot of people have charts here. Some people have charts, so it is okay. You can even learn this without. And when you, chart making takes time, and you're welcome to, we have a lot of, we have notes, and also even after you make a chart, you will have support after that also, okay? Yeah. So we'll take care of you, don't worry. And here, no, if you go to a 4th house person who's got a good 4th house, everything in their house is managed very well. All the appliances will be working. Everything will be running smoothly in the house. They'll be able to manage it very well. Oh, Girish, Shivo, whatever you're saying is like, Girish is agreeing that they only have one property, but they are really enjoying because next to their building, there is a temple and his mother is happy. Okay, so Rashmi is saying now it is very emotionally challenging. Rohini is saying it's challenging for her. So Vidhi, if you could just look without knowing anything, you could just look at that chart and during our Shakti sadhana, we will be looking at all the planets in all these houses because planets are Shaktis and we will be connecting them to the Ma Adi Shakti, different groups of Ma Adi Shakti. So if you would like to give your name, Rupali will post the list. Just put your name in the chat if you would like to join the program. It starts on the first day of Navratri and it's there for every day of Navratri from 8:30 to 10:30.
Mansi ji, can I ask one question?
Yes, please,
Actually,
please.
Here you mentioned the breast and the heart. Is it that is good or we have to take care?
No, that depends on how your 4th house is. If it is good, then those health might be good, or even if the health goes bad, it can be resolved. But if it is not good, then you have to take care of this situation. These two things in your. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
So it could be either way. Okay, Rohini, we'll make a APY chart too. Okay. Awesome.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. So yeah. Okay. So even if you have joined just now, you can still you can still join in the discussion. Okay. So everyone is clear about the 4th house? Yeah. Okay. Okay. So we go to the 5th house. The 5th house in this, it shows passion. It shows like, really downloading art and really things that give you joy, things that delight you, maybe a new year learning. And you're really in this house, you are learning for the sake of learning. It's not that I'll take something and I need to have a purpose to what I'm going to do next. I've invested this money. No, it's a joy of learning, joy of new learning, joy of new creation. Children come in this because children are also a divine creation. So yeah, it's also joy, it's also romance, and this is the intelligence, where you are, you're developing your intelligence by learning new things and out of the joy of it. Okay, so new intelligence, new knowledge, higher education, it has to do with children. Sometimes it can do with abortions and miscarriages also. Miscarriages, especially if it is difficult time. Your this is, yes, it is romance, it is fun, it is entertainment. So can you tell me 2 events of your life and whether it is auspicious or its auspiciousness and its intensity? Question, if it is inauspicious. What do you mean, Rashi?
Sorry, Mansi, it was for the earlier one. So I think we crossed.
Okay. So yeah, if you could share 2, 3 events, and we are really bringing this into our observation today. We are understanding the houses, bringing this all into observation. So please share how it is for you. Again, this is not necessarily the house of marriage. Marriage is more about taking responsibilities, but it is really, yeah. This is really about the love and romance.
ये क्वेश्चन पूछ लूं मैडम?
हाँ. So yeah, Nitika is saying that it is okay. It is mixed for her. She's highly romantic. Are you able to get that in your life, Nitika? So that would make it auspicious or difficult.
अरुण, एक क्वेश्चन पूछूंगा मैडम. इसमें लिखा हुआ है कि डिफरेंस बिटवीन सेकंड हाउस एजुकेशन एंड फिफ्थ हाउस एजुकेशन, क्या मतलब है?
तो सेकंड हाउस एजुकेशन ये होता है जो हम अपने वर्क के लिए हम सोचते हैं, लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल अ पर्सन हु इज डूइंग इंजीनियरिंग इज थिंकिंग कि आई विल बिकम एन इंजीनियर एंड देन आई विल अर्न मनी थ्रू दैट, है ना?
ठीक है.
Fifth house is you are basically educating yourself for the sake of education, like for the joy of it, for really getting that new, यानी ये तुम्हारा ज्यादा मकसद रहता है. You're not thinking कि इसका मैं यूज करूंगी नहीं करूंगी, कैसे यूज करूंगी. It's really like the joy, है ना? Yeah, so Nitika, it is great for you. So yeah, Kshitij, you have a really good 5th house. Okay, 5th house is auspicious. Okay, the joy with children. You can even specify if you want which what is really working for you in the 5th house. You know, if you're sometimes, you know, 5th house is very active. Sorry, it's very intense, and you can have a lot of you could have had a lot of beloveds or a lot of affairs, maybe a lot of love relationships.
Mansi, can I ask a question?
Please.
You know everything about me, so what does children here relate to?
See, children is like, are they a source of joy and this for you, or have you had many challenges with respect to children? Sometimes it can be in the beginning, it has been very easy. Like for example, there was a point in a time it was very intense, no, when you were caring for your son. So at that time, the 5th house would have become very intense.
Yeah.
Intense and challenging. So there would be immediate, and then recently also when you had something with your daughter, then again it became challenging and intense, because it was continuously the focus of your attention.
All right. Thank you.
And it was challenging.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, Rashmi, in your case also very true. Yes, Rohini.
Is it the 5th house is that higher education? That is which house?
Yeah, so there is I would say that 9th house also can be higher education, especially if you're studying abroad. Then 9th house can be the house for higher education. 5th house is sorry, what was your question? Yeah, it is for higher education. It is for education that is beyond your formal education.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Shivo, would you like to give an example of 5th house education? Like,
so 5th house education is like the great sutra given by the Follow Your Bliss, given by whom, Mansi?
Joseph Campbell.
Yeah, Joseph Campbell Sutra, Follow Your Bliss. So in your education, if you are following your bliss, that is fifth house. But if you are counting your rupees, that
Second house.
I will do this job and this is the job I can get, or this is how I'll benefit, then it is second house.
Okay, Kuka. Thanks. So I invite everyone that there is no right and wrong. You're bringing your life into observation. So feel free to churn. Nitika, if it is giving you a lot of joy for learning and not thinking about earning, then it is mostly fifth house. Okay, learning is above earning.
Mansi ji, what about that occult education? Just like astrology, numerology.
Usually 8th house. Occult is usually 8th house.
People
Okay?
who have auspicious and auspicious and strong fifth house, normally they're happy in their life. They may not be rich, but they're happy.
Wow.
So people who have strong second house, they may be rich but may not be happy.
Yeah. Yeah. So occult can also, that's, you know, if it is 8th house, you will go really, really deep into the mysteries of occult. 5th house, you can do it for the joy of learning. So you can also go deep, but it will be like really, you really, really wanted, you really, really enjoyed it. So, okay, Manisha. Okay. So, let's see. How is everyone else? If anyone else has a question, please feel free to ask. Yeah. Okay. So let's see our 6th house. Okay, so in 6th house is really your everyday life, habits you have, even diseases, employees, because these are the people you work with every day. I want to show you, I have a really beautiful 6th house, which talks about different systems. You know, I feel all those circles are different systems. And it is talking about sustainable, because it's like your everyday life. Is your everyday life sustainable? Okay, so what is... Okay, what about 6th house? How would you rate your 6th house? It is, you know, if you have any chronic ailments, that means you have a challenging 6th house. If you have very good habits, your routine is set that you don't even have to think much about it. Your life goes at a good pace. Your everyday is not like struggle. It actually, it's smooth. If you know you don't have debts, or if you have debts, you've cleared them off. Here, you know, this is also enemies, which in modern day means, you know, the competitions you have. Are you winning them or not? And this is where you are improving through hard work. Like you are actually, you know, you will go at it. You will look at the details and you'll like go at it. So how is your routine life like? Your habits, your service, you as an employee. Okay, Rohini, it has improved now. Life does go at a good pace, okay? Lakhvinder, you want to share? Nidhi, if you want to, Purush, if you want to put it on, Poonam. Yeah. Sangeeta ji, Usha ji, Vidhi, Vinay, Vajanti. Yeah, most welcome. Okay. Anyone? So it is less auspicious. So Rohini, in what way? So sometimes, you know, your transit to your work can be very, very challenging. Sometimes people travel 3 hours for work, which is quite challenging, not the peaceful 3 hours. That means you have a difficult 6th house. Okay, it was challenging with in-laws. Okay, so it is getting difficult. Okay, so Daljinder is saying it's challenging. Okay, Nidhi, you're facing in all aspects. Okay. Okay. Shivo, anything else you want to add about 6th house? So the difference between 6th house and 8th house is that sometimes in 6th house is to do more with chronic diseases like, arthritis, asthma and all. They last for a long time. And 8th house also deals with things, but that is like accidents. Suddenly I had a heart attack. Suddenly there was a car accident and you have problems because of that, health problems because of that. Okay, Nitika, you face challenges in following a routine. Yes. Okay. No diseases. Okay. So Kuka, it has, okay. So certain things, but now the lawsuit has come. Okay, Kuka. So it is mixed for you. Okay, Manisha. That's great. Touch one. Sorry, Shiva. Did you want to add anything to this?
No, Mansi, go on.
Okay. So we now go to 7th house, which is the house of partnerships and relationship, but this is not the affair or thing with children or in-laws. It is really where you are equal, where you are sharing responsibility. Okay. So you can see the two hands holding each other. They're both equal. They're both equal. They are in a partnership. Okay. Okay. So Rashmi, I hear that. मीना जी, आप नहीं लिख रही हो आजकल अभी incidences, आप भी लिखिए. Okay. Okay. Yeah, Kshitij, amazing scores in partnership. Awesome. Are you sitting with your wife for this? Are you sitting with your 7th house for this?
Not right.
Not right now. Okay. Suchi has a very high auspiciousness. That's great. Yeah, Rashmi. So it's very difficult for you. And especially this is not just family. This is your husband. Okay. So husband or in a business partnership. So we are really talking about partnerships here. Yes, Nitika, absolutely. Your partnerships have improved significantly. Perfect. And really with these observations, these things start to improve when you bring the observation in there. High auspiciousness and low intensity. Okay. So yeah, so there are not many events. Okay. So Rohini, house will not come in this. Goals would not necessarily come unless there were partnership goals. Okay. Couples goals comes in this. Your khatta meetha partnership, kya baat hai, Pankaj ji? Khatta meetha. Sometimes, so when we do Shakti Sadhana, we'll also relate it to diseases. If someone has problems with kidney, kidney also comes in this. Yes, Rashmi, this can be very, yeah. This is a very Rahu. I mean, we were not planning to, that's what I told Meenaji, we're not discussing planets, but yeah, I can see this is very difficult and it can lead a lot of illusions in the terms of, okay, sure. Okay, the in there. Happy to know it's auspicious. And yeah. So we come to 8th house. 8th house is a house of mysteries. Okay. The greatest, you have a skull here because what is the greatest mystery of life is death. It deals with psychology, past life, going into the mysteries of past life. That is also going into some mystery of life. It is all kinds of occult, astrology, tarot. The sudden breakthroughs that happen. Breakdowns can also be of this house and sudden breakthroughs, lotteries. All that can also be, suddenly there is a something opens up, inheritance. This can all be of 8th house. And I will put on the slide for you. Sorry, I ran with the 8th house. So this can also do with reproductive organs, litigation. bankruptcy, scandals, these all the difficult sides. Shivu, what is the difference between the litigation of 6th house and 8th house?
Yeah. Here, hello, am I audible? Yeah.
Shivu, your voice I cannot hear. It's gotten low for me.
How the fights, etc. happen. Litigation is more 6th house, and suddenly
Shivu, no, cannot hear your voice at all.
6th house,
So it is not a difference. It is not lagging. It is just low.
it's like you get bottled up.
No,
One
it's
day you
very
get,
low.
but it's over a period of a long time.
No, Shivu, have you lowered your voice by mistake? Just see. Or if you took a call in the middle, if you can log in, because your voice is like,
Hello,
yeah,
was I audible?
no. Can you log in, log out, Shivu?
Just one.
I feel your voice is clear, but very, very low.
Yeah, okay, I will log in again.
Yeah, it just got a little better actually. Yeah. So Rashmi, interest in occult is usually a 8th house thing. Okay. Rashmi, does it give you joy to keep learning it, or does it give you joy to learn it, or does it give you you really want to explore what is the mystery of life? Yeah, so it would be more 5th house, even though 8th house. So maybe both houses are involved for you, 5th and 7th. Okay. Oh, okay, yes. So yeah, so it's both for you. Yes, sure.
Yeah, so 8th house is 6th house is the slow build up. It's like build up of the stress, but you are getting bottled up, something. So the litigations are like 6th house, but the fights are 8th house. Litigations are more 6th house. And the 6th house is a kind of fight which is like day to day, small, little things, those irritations, or saas bahu type fights, or the boss and the employee, those kind of fights. There are small niggles. There may not be a big issue. But 8th house is like, suddenly something has happened and it's like a big thing. 6th house is about small things. 8th house is the big thing that is upsetting. You never expected that. And 6th house is like you expect everything. This is how it is. You're just struggling with it.
Okay. So Shivu, litigation will be of Kuka's case. In Kuka's case, would it be 8th house or 6th house?
No, when, let's say, if the fight happened at some point, which was sudden, that was 8th house. But if it is continuing, it is 6th house.
Okay.
The litigation, court cases, all that continues is 6th house.
Okay. When it suddenly breaks out, it is like 8th house. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, and I sometimes feel, what is the point of tarot or astrology is to suddenly is also it's activating the 8th house where you can observe something and life starts to transform. Some insight you will observe and life starts to transform. So that is why we do occult many times to bring about that transformation. Any issues with reproductive organs, that is also 8th house. Okay. Auspicious. Okay, Rohini, wonderful. So Rohini, if it is auspicious, you should consider learning more occult and all. That would work out very well for you. Psychology, all these things would work out very well for you. Okay. So we go to the 9th house. Again, I love that. It's my 9th house, 7th house, 8th house, 9th house. Okay. See, 9th house, the key word is exploration. It is exploring something that is beyond your culture, beyond your religion, beyond your country. It's just expanding. Every time you go to, you are learning a new culture, you're expanding yourself. You're learning something about a new religion. You're going to a pilgrimage. You're spending time with your guru. You're beginning to explore places that you have not explored before. Okay, this is an exploration. And you can see there are a lot of tools for long travel in there. You can see the compass and everything. And
so this house is about wisdom of life, to
yeah,
understand how life works.
how life
So
works.
if people have a strong positive 9th house, they know how life works. That's why they can produce extremely high amount of results with minimum efforts or with minimum resources. Anybody who has a strong 9th house positive, you would normally see him very relaxed. He's unbothered. Things just automatically keep happening. You will say, and this is a house of destiny or luck. So in a very simple, crude language, we can say somebody who has a strong positive 9th house is lucky. He is lucky. But actually, luck is nothing but wisdom, is a deep understanding of how life works. Luck is nothing but just the synchronicity is happening.
Yeah. This is also the guru field, your relationship with your guru.
Yeah. So if you have wisdom, suppose if you are a wise person, you will also very quickly recognize and acknowledge the other wise person. You will quickly acknowledge that, okay, this person could be my mentor. You will value the wisdom of others. So that's why the people with strong 9th house will have a lot of mentors and gurus in their life.
And difference between travels, 3rd house and 9th house. 3rd house is usually the shorter travels. 9th house is a longer travel.
3rd house is like your own efforts. But here just life is taking care of you because you understand, so you're just moving on.
Okay, Suchi, Natika, great 9th house.
3rd house is like a lot of your own efforts.
Of your own efforts. Yeah. 9th house, like, overseas trips or really long trips to pilgrimages. Again, we will learn the difference between 9th house and 12th house, where 8th house is an understanding of life and 12th house is an understanding of the soul. Again, 9th house is about it is about where you go to foreign and it is like an opening of destiny. 12th house is like you could have gone because you had a problem. You were in some kind of exile. Maybe yeah, it could be like that. So okay, Daljinder. So again, it is great 9th house for you. Here, I think if you have a good 9th house, you feel very lucky in life, as Shivo was saying. Again, sometimes happy 9th houses can lead to happy hips and thighs also. Can lead to expansion there also. Trouble with hip bones and all those things can also be 9th house challenges.
हम कुछ बोले मैडम?
हाँ बोलो प्लीज.
जया के लिए अब तक तो बहुत अच्छा था 9th हाउस, बहुत ही ज्यादा अच्छा.
हाँ.
लेकिन सडन ब्रेक हो गया.
सडनली ब्रेक हो गया. या ट्रू, दैट इज एग्जैक्टली राइट.
और जो इसका शेपी वाई चार्ट है उसके अंदर जो इंटेंसिटी है 9th हाउस की वो 35 है, लेकिन ऑस्पिशियस की -1.8 है. हाँ,
तो आप देख रहे हो ना, वहां इवेंट तो हुआ, इंटेंस तो है, पर अभी वो नेगेटिव एक टाइम पे ना वो पॉजिटिव हुआ रहेगा अरुण जी.
ओके.
हाँ, और अभी वो नेगेटिव हो गया है और आप देख रहे हो ऐसा ही हुआ है. Okay, so everyone clear about 9th house? It's a Bhagya house. Okay. So we now come to 10th house. 10th house is authority, okay? Just like the 4th house is about the mother, the 10th house is about father figures, your bosses, the prestige in life, the status in life you have. If you have a strong 10th house or you come across as authoritarian person, you are, you are like a kind of system builder. You are, when you say something in a meeting, you're automatically coming with some authority. It is your relationship with bosses. Yeah. So see, this person is climbing. His vision is at the peak and he is determined to climb it. Okay. So what is your 10th house like? Once I had someone who had many planets in their 10th house, very strong. So this was a total career movement, I think she worked even when just before giving birth to her baby, and it was just like career. So it's an important part of their life. So again, it has to do with father, authority figures, your status in life. They say the father is the status in life. It could be awards and all that you won, the honors you had, government work. It could also do with knees. If you have trouble in your knees, it could be a difficult 10th house. So how is your 10th house? Okay, it is insignificant. Okay, for Suchi, it is the best house. Okay. So Suchi, in what case would you say your relationship with bosses, father, or the prestige, the authority? Okay, Jyotsna, I can see that. I can see you in the 10th house. I can see that in you. Okay, so Suchi is saying yes to all. I guess that is why it is so superbly intense and auspicious. Yes. They are, Shiva, this is the king. No, this is like not the king. What would you say? What is the 10th house? He is the king of that place.
Yeah, this is the kingdom. Yeah.
Yeah, this is the kingdom. So is he the king or is he the kingmaker or?
No, he is the king, but he is normally the inherited one, the one who inherited.
Okay.
So it is not something he has built up himself. So he is not the entrepreneur, he is the manager.
Okay. He's the manager.
He understands how the systems work and he can use the systems. He can, he knows how to get, benefit of the system, or he also knows on negative side how to trap people in the system. He has an understanding of the system.
Shivo, he also is goal oriented, no? The entrepreneur is not so goal oriented. He's always exploring and wanting to bring something new. This person is goal oriented.
Because in the 10th house, it is system, and system is predictable. So you can make goals. Entrepreneur is building the system. He is not using the system.
So he's constantly going into unpredictability and trying to.
Yeah,
he's going to unpredictability.
Manager, actually. The 10th house is the manager.
Yeah, he's the manager. Okay. So he understands the system, just like the person in 9th house understands life. This person understands systems. How does all the systems work? How to make them work the most efficiently? How to attain those goals? How to attain those targets? What are the steps? Okay, this is that person. Okay, we go to 11th house. Yeah, Suchi. So 11th house is the house of community. The communities you are involved with, the organizations you are involved with, the popularity you have in them, the sources of income, friends. It is really about the larger community, which is friends. It is all these organizational, all these professional groups that you can have, hobby groups you can have, all the groups and all the communities, right? And the income that comes, multiple sources of income. Okay, so let's look at the 11th house. Okay, so how is your 11th house? Yeah, if you have trouble with ankles, that could also be 11th house. You basically, your desires get fulfilled actually. 11th house people's desires get fulfilled. They're extremely popular in groups and all. Yeah. And they gain from communities, basically. Yeah. They gain from friends, they gain from communities. Okay, Suchi, that's great. Sakha, I would say it is, yeah, it is somewhat, it is green, so it's somewhat auspicious. Yeah, Suchi, so if you work on it, it will get resolved actually, Suchi. Okay? If you do what is necessary, na? Okay, Natika, so that's a good 11th house for you. Shiva, anything else you want to say about 11th house?
No.
I think in a group, no, it is very easy to spot someone with, it's easier to spot someone with the 11th, good 11th house. You know, he's the one, you know, people are gravitating towards. He's like the one people are talking about.
Mansi
Yes, Raghu?
actually 10th is knee and 11th is ankle. What about the calf? Because I was using my medical astrology, very useful. I want to know that calf.
Oh, what would you say, Shiva? What would you call the calf?
Calf is normally the 4th house because it is about emotions.
Calf is about
below the knee, calf muscle.
Okay. That is 11th house. 11th house.
Okay, thank you. Including the calf, that ankle, everything. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the bone, no, like that knee part is 10th house. Yeah. Okay, Jyotsna. So that is auspiciousness. So yeah, Rashmi. So that is difficult for you. 11th house. Okay. Let us look at the 12th house. 12th house is the house of moksha, of liberation. It's also the house of losses, because that is also kind of losing. You're liberating the wealth and all. But this is a house of deep introspection, so you get to the soul. This is the house where you want to taste the soul. Okay. And different things in life will bring you close to your soul. So this is also, you know, if your 12th house
Often
is
when we are attached with something, then we are disconnected from soul. When we are attached with something in life, then we are disconnected with soul. So that's why 12th house strong very often could mean becoming detached with, you know, whatever you get attached with, you will kind of have a forced detachment. For example, if you think that I am success and you have a strong 12th house, then you will fail. If you think, you know, becoming rich will, you know, give me identity, then you will face huge financial losses because you are attaching with that. So 12th house will break all the attachments. It will break all the attachments. And the beautiful part is when you have become detached, then you start to flow with life. Suddenly you may just start to have tons of money, just like that.
Yeah.
Because you are not attached. And again, if you get attached, again you will lose it.
Yeah. So Shivo, I've had that with my friend. Like, if she gets attached to a person, it is hard to have him and keep him. But the moment she lets go, that person cannot have enough of her. So the moment you let go, then it is, then it comes. You're like, okay, ठीक है, ये नहीं मिलने वाला, then it will come. हाँ, Rashi, तो, so yeah, this is that house. It is a house where you have spent, if you are spending a lot of time in ashrams and hospitals and all, that is also, that is also this house. Yeah. So actually, a lot of astrologers out there view 12th house very negatively. I think we are very fortunate in Shivo that he has shown us that what is its real essence. Because, people do say it is a liberation house and moksha house, but then they will say everything negative about the 12th house. And I think Shiva has really taught us that is the house we taste our soul, where we let go of attachments. Yeah. Shiva, anything else you want to say about this? Yeah, ashrams and all. And I know this is a kind of difficult house. It could be a difficult house. Okay, Nidhi, that goes with your life. Okay,
Also
so that
for
is
sleep and relaxation is also very important here.
Yeah, so if you don't get very good sleep, your sleep constantly gets disturbed. That is a difficult 12th house. If you can sleep like a baby. In fact, Shiva, 12th house, people's problems, if it is good, then it gets solved by sleeping a lot, right? Like in sleep, a lot of work happens, no?
Yeah.
Like for them, no, the sleep is the best medicine. They may even sleep more than others. Yeah. Raghu, you're waiting. Raghu, 12th house is also the type, you cannot wait for money. Raghu, it will not come. If you're attached to waiting for money, it will not come. When you're not thinking about it, it will come.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
So Raghu will not think about money so that the money comes.
Oh.
Again, he's thinking
so
about
he
money.
will not think, he will think about not thinking about it, so money comes. Wow.
Yeah. Raghu, that will not work. Only observation will work. Observe your attachments. Observe your attachment, let them dissolve. No strategy can work. No strategy can work in 12th house. Every strategy you adopt in 12th house will fail.
Yeah, every strategy. In fact, they have this proverb, no? Man proposes, God disposes. That is 12th house.
Exactly. That's what. Mansi, please write this down. This is our quote for the 12th house.
Okay, guys, can we write it? Can we put a reminder somewhere? 12. Team Astro. Can someone, do you think you can put it?
I will put it, Nancy.
Okay. Yeah. Daljinder, isme na, this is literally, this is the house of surrender, ki literally where we surrender to Bhagwan ki, Baba, abhi you take over. Because whatever we are doing, we are taking over, is like, God is like, no. Then you're like, okay, God, aap hi le lo. This is surrender.
Exactly, that's what I have done.
Yeah. So 12th house.
I was not given any choice.
Well, see, there is one thing of resignation, I have no choice. But I think surrender is empowering, where you trust that God will take over. See, there are many people.
And also to trust that whatever has happened is the best that could have happened to you. To be in that deep gratitude.
So Quanto Life is
really the house of deep gratitude. 12th house is a house of deep gratitude.
So Quanto Life has helped me accept it and surrender.
So in entrepreneurship, now we were talking about how much trust we have in life. So Shivo, like one of the things that I found when I was doing Varun invocation is that, okay, I love life a lot. I think life loves me too. I think it is always going for my good. But one thing I have problem with life is that I feel it will give me tras for my good. So that part I'm not happy about.
Okay.
Like that part I fear. So iska, I just thought it had a very Like that part is the problem for me. Like I'm scared of the tras it will give me for my own good. So, yeah.
So, Mansi, what if the 12th house is auspicious? Then what would be the result? If
What
it is
would be
all
the
negative
result
with
means
12th house.
you're in touch with your deepest part, your deepest soul. So you're just flowing with life. You're just trusting life. तो तुम्हारा कहाँ attachment इतना like attachment नहीं है जो आता है तुम उसको means तुम बहुत ही soulfully जी रहे हो. So they have the most beautiful life.
Yeah,
They have
let
very
go is easy. Let go is easy.
Acha. Okay.
Yeah, you are able to let go whatever is not valuable.
Okay, another quote for 12th house is let go, let God. You know, you let go and let God. So, for example, Ishan has a very strong 12th house. It's auspicious also, but he spent a lot of time in the hospitals, or he spent a lot of time alone because we had to keep him from different diseases in the beginning of life. So he had a, that is also the 12th house.
Also, there is a lot of release happening for him.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of releases from past lives are happening for him.
Yeah, this is the karma also. The karma also gets let go. Here karma also I think gets let go. Hai na, Shivo?
Yeah, the karma is easier to dissolve. Yeah, but it may have its own great difficulties. Whenever karma dissolves, it comes with a great difficulties, but it does dissolve.
Mansi here written that the 9th
People
house and 12th
who have a strong 12th house, very often their past lives have a huge impact on them, either in positive way or negative way. So if you have a strong 12th house, then you are living lots of your past lives. You may be, the difficulties from past lives are coming to you, unresolved issues are coming, or sometimes even your past life, if it is good, then your past life talents are also coming to you.
Yes, Raghu, you were asking something?
Yeah, in that below something written 9th and 12th house. The difference between foreign.
Yeah, so usually ninth houses, as you said, ninth house is some understanding of life, and you go out and you I don't know, Shivo, how will you say? So I used to earlier think about it like ninth house will it is something that feels really good and it has opened up your destiny. And 12th house is because of certain reasons you had to go abroad.
So 12th house is of detachment. Your expectations broke, so you went out to foreign country. You were facing difficult times, so you had to find a way to go out. You had to go out. 9th house is like you were looking for opportunities and you went out.
Yeah. So I'll give you an example. So during the time I came to US, I had a very strong 9th house, very auspicious also. And my friend had a 12th house, okay? So when we went for visa interview to the embassy, I had no questions. They gave me a counter visa. In spite of the fact that I had a bank document, I had a bank which we had just opened like 1 month before. And there was 16 lakhs in it that had like one deposit of 8 lakhs and one deposit of 8 lakhs. And that is what we showed for financial, which is like BS, because we have to show that we are financially stable in India. So it is like total BS. Okay, like there is 1 month before I'm showing some of this. So, but they didn't ask me anything. They didn't ask me. They just gave me a counter visa. I didn't even need a question. They said, what is your name? And here's your visa. That's it. Okay, just stroke of luck everywhere. There were many other strokes of luck, synchronicities. My friend, she got one of the most difficult person who's asking for visa, took a 45-minute thing, even though her documents were good, like all kinds of difficulties, even when she went. So, and here, there were certain things that were not working out with marriage, like while looking at grooms and all. That's why she decided to go there. So that's the difference between like a 9th house and 12th house. So we come to the last one, which is your first house. That is your arrival, who you are. So let me go back again. How do I do this? Share.
राहु केतु तो रह गए.
नहीं, राहु केतु हाउसेस नहीं है ना, वो प्लैनेट्स है. जब हम शक्ति साधना में वो करेंगे, वो एस्ट्रोलॉजिकल प्लैनेट्स है. तो वो हम शक्ति साधना में जब हम प्लैनेट्स करेंगे ना, तब करेंगे हम. ओके. सो योर फर्स्ट हाउस इज हु यू आर. अरे ये क्या हुआ? Okay. So your first house is who you are. So 2 things about yourself. See, if you have a very strong first house, then you have a personality, you have a brand. It's obvious you are the face of everything. You have a strong personality. A very strong attitude, a very strong personality, positive or negative. Shivo, what else will you say about the first house? It is really your entrance. It is like, when you enter the room, what is that impression? Your physical body, your appearance. Someone who has a very strong house, first house will come as a very strong personality, celebrity, have a very strong persona, especially if it's auspicious. We had someone who had a very intense but like a slightly negative first house, and that person would always get mistaken about their identity. They'll always get mistaken that the person was something else, but would get mistaken as a doctor, like always. Like that was the first impression. So it is like misleading. Sakha, that is great. That is good. Yes, Suchi, so you have a strong personality, yeah. So yeah. Shiva, anything else you want to add about the first house? And
No, nothing.
Okay. So Shiva, are we any questions? You're welcome to join us in Shakti Sadhana, where we'll be looking at all your individual planets. This was general about all the houses, but we will have the placement of your planets in the house. Okay. Someone's Jupiter might be in first house, someone's might be in 4th house. We are going to look at different charts. Shiva, I forgot, is there a chart ready to be shown? Preeti, Rupali, have you been able to beautify it?
Not beautified, but a chart is available.
Can you show that?
Yeah, I'll just send it.
Yeah. Or can you screen share it?
Yeah, man, in a moment.
Yeah, just screen share it. So this is how you will see your chart. You will see all the houses. You will see your lagna. Okay. You will see in which houses your planets are placed, and we will re-energize, reharmonize that. We'll talk about different incidents in your life related to that planet, and also connected to the Devi of that day. And we have 3 types of planets. One is your birth planets when you were born. One is how they have progressed through something called solar progression. Okay. And one is your karmic planet. Okay. So we will look at that. And Shivu, are we doing invocation today, or are we going to look at are we going to take a house for invocation? Like the most challenging or the most beneficial on, but nahi hai kya? Okay. Okay, so people who didn't make it to Vansh Mukti in Ujjain, we will be traveling in Psych Space. हम लोग सब उज्जैन जा रहे हैं. So sit in Quanto Asana. Sit in Quanto Asana and gaze. Have darshan. नहीं अतन जाने दो, वही करो, नहीं तो पिक्चर ही करो. Okay. So we are all in psychic space, Sadhu Jen. And Mahaleshwar Mahadev. Having his darshan. Observe your body and it is like from every body part. Let that energy, let the Shakti of it just go to Mahaleshwar Mahadev. Let it just flow there. जो भी needed है, Mahadev will keep it in us. Whatever is not needed, he will just take it away. So Atan, you can pause it. We'll continue to see the picture. Yeah. More than it moving, it's better. Yeah. Yeah. So going to darshan with half closed eyes. Feel the space a few inches on top of your head. And let it flow to Mahadev. Feel the aura around your body. यहाँ बहुत कुछ है. Incoming karma. Unresolved things. Let it all flow to Mahaleshwar Mahadev. I think the video has gone, like the picture has gone. Yeah. Feel the top of your head. All the cells there, whatever karma is stored, observe it. Your hair contains a lot of your ego. Your third eye. वहां का कचरा भी साफ हो रहा है. Observe inside your head. The skull, the halves of your brain. Reptilian brain, amygdala, the prefrontal cortex. All your sense organs, eyes, nose, mouth, tongue, ears. your neck, throat. When I sense you all, it just feels like everything is flowing towards Mahadev. कहाँ waterfall बह रहा है, कहाँ river, कहाँ oceans, everything flowing, flooding towards him. He is in the center, surrounded by all of us. Feeling your arms, your shoulders, your palms. Behind the shoulders, the back of your body, the back of your head, spinal cord, upper back, middle back, lower back. Everything is being pulled out of our body. Heart, lungs. Even the outgoing breath, जो breath exhale कर रहे हैं, वो भी खींची जा रही है. Heart, the middle of our body. Stomach, kidneys, liver. Intestines. Reproductive organs. If there is a body part where you have a particular problem, that area, scan it even deeper. Legs, inner thighs, knees, calves, ankles, feet. If your eyes are still open, close them. We offer our whole body to Mahaleshwar Mahadev. Jai Mahadev. And together we will invoke the quantum vibrational field. Quanto, quanto, quanto. I feel bells ringing everywhere. Quanto, quanto. और अब हम महालेश्वर महादेव को बुलाएंगे. हमारी लाइफ में, हमारे बॉडीज में, हम जिस किसी के लाइफ को टच करते हैं, वहाँ सब जगह हमारा जो भी हमारा संसार है, सब जगह हम इनको इनवाइट करते हैं. महालेश्वर महादेव, महालेश्वर महादेव, महालेश्वर महादेव. am even feeling everyone's spinal cords. ऐसे लग रहा है कि महादेव वहां से कुछ निकाल रहे हैं. स्पाइनल कॉर्ड से एकदम खींच के निकाल रहे हैं. Bring your attention to your breath. और महाकाल आपके ब्रेथ के साथ आपके बॉडी के अंदर जा रहे हैं. And now we will observe that Mahakal, एक particular house, एक particular dimension, और वो हाउस की हम सारी, वो हाउस का नंबर भी हम बता सकते हैं महादेव को, क्योंकि वो ही लॉर्ड है, वो ही महाकाल है, वो ही लॉर्ड ऑफ आवर हॉरोस्कोप है. वो नंबर लेने से that entire area is offered to him. We will go over the incidences, वो हाउस को लेके जो जो घटनाएं हुई हैं, जो जो लोग इन्वॉल्व हैं, जो जो इमोशंस हैं, वो हमारे बॉडी में फील करेंगे. और जो जो हम फील कर सके हमारे बॉडी में, वहां महादेव एंटर करेंगे. So I will be in silence as you go deeper with Mahadev. आपके बॉडी को ऑब्जर्व करिए कैसे महसूस हो रहा है. अगर ये प्रोसेस is still continuing in you, if you would like to sit for longer with Mahadev and observe your house, you can. And if you feel ready, if you feel lighter, just go into deep Shavasana. Go for Shavasana at least for 10 minutes. And please let us know your experience. Thank you so much for going on this journey with us. Lots and lots of love. See you in Shakti Sadhana. Good night, Shivayatri. We will end the meeting now.